We're in Dallas. No state taxes. And a rich owner.
That's part of the Shark Tank.
And they had all these big time transactions that they made. They brought in D.H. That's right, Devin Harris. Let's take a look at what they. Let's take a look at what they did this past summer. They brought in Monte Ellis, Jose Calderon, Samuel Dallenberg.
Still living?
Which one?
Dallenberg?
Yeah, he hasn't went back to Sudan yet.
Oh, okay.
They brought in Devin Harris, Wayne Ellington. They lost O.J. Mayo, Elton Brand, Darren Collison, Chris Kaman, O.J. Mayo, Anthony Morrow. They drafted Shane Larkin with the 18th pick and drafted Ricky Ledoux. Well, anyway, he's not that important. He was drafted with the 43rd pick. Prove me wrong. When I look at these transactions, all I've seen them do is change out average players for more average players. Maybe with it, I actually think O.J. Mayo, I think he had restraints on him at times. I think if you let him loose, let him play, I think he could have been a little bit better than what he was. That's just me. But I just seen average for average. It's gonna be interesting to see Dirk and Monte Ellis play together. Monte is actually, he has to be the second fiddle now. So it's intriguing.
It's intriguing. I have to say, when you know what this team was planning on doing, which is to bring in Darren Williams and Dwight Howard into the fold with Dirk Nowitzki, and see them lose out on those players, they proceeded to sign Monte Ellis to a good contract. Jose Calderon to an amazing contract.
Agreed.
Samuel Dallenberg to an amazing contract. Devin Harris was, he's no longer the player, but if he's your 8th man off the bench, I think you got yourself a player. They lost out on their big name free agents and proceeded to sign serviceable contracts that could be traded, released, or you can stick with them and still build your team. So, kudos to Mark Cuban. I thought this was one of his better off seasons.
I actually agree with you, but I'm just saying, with the talent, the flip flop, it was just average for average. But yeah, I agree with you. He's not messing up his cap.
Yeah, so I guess it was hope for Samuel Dallenberg. Man, they dug him up. So it better be, a good contract. Yeah.
It was nice.
Yeah, they ain't too. You can't say much.
Only one person got overpaid this year in the NBA. We'll talk about him in a little bit.
But yeah, I wow. I'm just looking at this roster. That's all.
Let's look at the rotation.
Yeah, let's talk about the rotation. You have Samuel Dallenberg starting at center. You have Dirk Nowitzki starting at power forward. The ageless wonder, Sean Marion, starting at small forward. Remember when he was relevant? I think I was in high school. I'm just kidding. Monte Ellis is starting at shooting guard. And Jose Calderon is a starting point guard. Coming off the bench is another ageless wonder for real. Vince Carter, Brandon Wright, Devin Harris, Wayne Ellington, and Jay Crowder / Shane Larkin when he gets healthy. Looking at their rotation, I think that they can, if they mesh together well, they can make a little bit of noise. If they don't mesh together, then they prove my rankings correct. But it is some decent talent there.
I think it's coaching. It's all on the coach.
They have a good coach.
Yeah, I'm looking at this roster. It's all on him. It's all on coach. It's all on coach. Sean Marion, he's not in the majors no more. He took the wrong pill some years ago.
They took the blue one.
Yeah, he took the wrong pill years ago. Devin Harris is one of them guys. His career just, I don't know. It didn't. He was hot and cold.
I think he was injured healthy.
Okay. I was trying to be nice. But, yeah.
I think there's this rotation. I'm thinking of the rotation. If there's anybody to look at and say he can do something with player development and benching, that's Rick Carlisle. Carlisle is a specialist at taking his bench and making them work. And I see a lot of interchangeable pieces where
Agreed.
Carlisle can make his team win. And I really think that last year was such a bad team, not just because they were kind of in a transition period, but more because Dirk was hurt. Dirk is healthy now. I'm not saying that Dirk is ever going to go back to that healthy years of
MVP,
3 years ago because he is aging. But I'm telling you, Dirk Nowitzki healthy gives this team an extra bump of at least 10 wins.
Oh, I actually think that Dirk is going to have I won't say a monster year, but he'll be an all-star this year.
Oh, definitely.
It'll be a little bit because of his statistics and a little bit of him being Dirk. But, all right, so player of interest.
I'm running with Dirk. I'm running with Dirk because of some fact that he should be leading. That's one. Just how this roster is kind of made. Yes, it's on the coaching, but the coaching still needs that one guy. They can still help steer their ship on the court. I'm putting on Dirk because I know. I tell people all the time, I've never been a fan of him.
Wow.
Except for no, I never have. I mean, I wasn't that big on him. I think when I really liked Dirk, had to be the year they won the championship.
You don't like Germans?
It's not that I like
Pardon?
Germans, but
Pardon?
I think the year that they won the championship, they won that run. That's when I really liked him because he kind of proved something that we kept saying. He don't play defense. He don't do that. That was the one year he played defense. He played offense. He couldn't be stopped, and that was the Dirk that I wanted to see instead of the one that we constantly hear about. Oh, he can shoot threes. You know, and I actually think, like you said, he's aging, so we're not gonna really see that. But I think we're gonna see this mature side of him, and that's what I'm waiting on.
I'm interested to see Dirk Nowitzki as well. He's healthy, which you gotta love. But here's the thing: if Monta Ellis and Dirk Nowitzki run a pick and roll, who you gonna stop?
That's right. That's
Who?
true.
Outside of if Monta is just bone dry, has nothing in the clip, who are you going to stop?
Right.
Nobody. And then you add in a Jose Calderon who, let's be honest, he was overrated because he got overpaid.
Mm-hmm.
This guy can still play.
Oh, yeah.
So you add in him who shoots a very high percentage from three-point land. I see this team getting back to the playoffs.
In the bottom half.
Definitely in the bottom.
Oh, okay. My player of interest is actually Monta Ellis. I just want to see how is he going to adjust or react or take in the fact that he's the number 2 scoring option. He's always been in a situation where he's always been the primary scorer.
Right.
Or he's always been the bigger name. So it's just going to be interesting to see, can he handle that? Or, I will definitely be peeking in on Dallas games to see that. To see, is he jacking up bad shots because he wants to show that he's still a scorer. We'll see. My final thought on this team is I agree with Mike as far as their outlook on the playoffs. I think this team can make the playoffs. I think they'll be in the lower half. I think like them and Utah, maybe a couple of other teams will be fighting for like that's between that 6 through 8 and last spot out. We'll see what happens with them, but they're formidable, but they're not there. They're not going to do anything outside of make sure Dirk is contending or on a decent team. That's about it.
My outlook is similar, but my outlook is send Dirk out on top. He deserves it. He fought hard with this team, and he's a very loyal
They
Dallas
got trade to
Maverick.
Miami.
That wasn't even funny.
You said send him out on top.
As you got to send him out on top. He's a loyal Dallas Maverick guy, and I
He did a
think
Samsung commercial.
I need for you to shut your trap. But I mean, hey, send him out on top, man, as much as possible. Allow him to contend in his final years in Dallas.
My final thoughts is I don't know who, but I wouldn't be shocked if somehow they do a trade. The only reason why I say that because the owner is Mark Cuban.
Yeah.
He getting a lot of money off Shark Tank. I ain't trying to be funny. I'm just being honest.
Well,
I just wouldn't be shocked.
David Stern hates him.
I understand that.
David Stern does him.
But I wouldn't be shocked. Mark Cuban liked to spend money. He was spending money on them when they wasn't doing nothing. We talking about a team that was absolutely not doing nothing. He bought this team and gave them a new locker room. They still was losing.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be shocked if I see a trade. I'm not gonna say Rudy Gay, but I just wouldn't be shocked if I see a team.
Great job.
Hey, I just wouldn't be shocked.
Right. Well, there you have it. We're wrapping up Dallas. We're gonna go back up north. We doing like this. So we're going back up to the northeast. Take a guess. Who you think it is? It doesn't matter. We'll tell you when we get back.
See.